Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle have long been compared to the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. Both Harry and Edward VIII became romantically involved with American divorcees and subsequently relinquished their royal roles. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex forged new lives in the US, while Edward and Wallis Simpson spent the majority of their time in France. Both couples remained largely distant from the royal family they left behind. However, in the wake of Harry's tell-all memoir, a royal author has claimed there is a key difference between the two couples. Christopher Anderson, author of the new book The King, The Life of Charles III, appeared on an episode of the Today for Daily podcast last week. He and host Kenzie Schofield discussed some of the major revelations in Harry's memoir, Spare, which hit shelves on January 10. Mr. Anderson said, "People want to portray Meghan as a new Wallis Simpson. But in some ways, she's worse for the monarchy. They, Harry and Meghan, want to burn the place down, it looks like. Wallis and the Duke of Windsor went off and led the rest of their very long lives, kind of sadly, out of the spotlight. They weren't going to rock the boat." Ms. Schofield noted the scandal of Edward and Wallis' exit, referring to their controversial connections with Nazi Germany, but affirmed that the couple eventually went off and lived quietly. She added, "There's no telling what Harry and Meghan might do. They might decide to work privately with charities from now on," asking Mr. Anderson, "Do you think that's going to happen?" Prince Harry given a roadmap to restore his reputation after explosive memoir. One expert has claimed that in order to revive his reputation, the Duke of Sussex will need to work on a few areas within his life to gain back the trust from the royal family and the British public. It will take at least 3 to 4 years. He responded, "No. Not in a million years, they're not going anywhere. They'll definitely be center stage and they want to be there." Since stepping down from their royal roles in January 2020, both Harry and Meghan have participated in several explosive interviews. First, with Oprah Winfrey in March 2021, a 2.5-hour-long sit-down that saw the Sussexes give insight into their experiences as working royals and their ultimate decision to leave. And most recently, Harry's ream of media interviews to promote his book, ranging from an ITV tell-all with journalist and friend Tom Bradbury to a more laid-back appearance with American chat show host Stephen Colbert. The Duke went into unprecedented detail in his memoir, recounting private conversations, intimate thoughts and feelings, and revealing an abundance of royal secrets. However, he has insisted that he desires a reconciliation between himself and his family. In his interview with Mr. Bradbury earlier this month, the prince said he wants his father King Charles III and brother Prince William back. "I love my father. I love my brother. I love my family. I always have," the Duke of Sussex said. "Nothing of what I've done in this book or otherwise has ever been with any intention to harm them or hurt them." In the same interview, he claimed he still believes in the monarchy. Harry is asked about plans for the coronation of his father, due to take place on 6 May, as well as about his view of the monarchy and his role in it. "If you are invited to the coronation, will you come?" asks Mr. Bradby. Harry replies, "There's a lot that can happen between now and then. But the door is always open. The ball is in their court. There's a lot to be discussed and I really hope that they are willing to sit down and talk about it." Mr. Bradby asks, "Do you still believe in the monarchy?" "Yes," replies Harry. "Do you believe you will play a part in its future?" Bradby continues. "I don't know," Harry replies. In a later interview, Harry suggested a role for him and Meghan could be made in the future. During an appearance on Good Morning America last week, Harry discussed whether his family would ever move back to the UK, saying a return to his home country would never be possible, before claiming it would be unsurvivable. The prince went on to say that a role in which they could continue to support the Commonwealth is of course on the table. The royal family has not commented on Harry's remarks, instead choosing to continue with royal engagements as usual. It has been reported, however, that peace talks may be held ahead of the king's coronation. According to a report in the Sunday Times last week, a reconciliation meeting will be held in the coming months. "It's going to take flexibility on all sides, but it can be done, it's fixable," a source told the publication. "It needs Harry over here, in the room with the King and Prince of Wales, a couple of other family members, some of his people he trusts who always had his back, so he doesn't think he's being ambushed. Someone like Elf, Elaine Fox, Harry's former private secretary, and Christopher, Lord Guyte, the late Queen's former private secretary who advised the Sussexes. Both sides need to hold their hands up and admit we didn't get everything right, and we got a lot wrong, and we have to say to him we understand the pain you've been through. The king can do it,